Wonderful. Well, hello, everybody. I am Jesse Henderson. Most of you know me. I think you said we only have one newcomer here today. So welcome to the group. This is a fantastic group, by the way. Everybody is willing to help out, willing to refer, willing to share, and grow each other, help each other level up. And that's what I've loved about this group from a business standpoint and health and wellness. What I do is run the Salt Suite. We have multiple locations. It is a franchise. And what we do is help your life improve day by breathing better, having better skin, better quality sleep, and more energy. We're show of hands here real quick. Does anybody need any of those in that category? Stress, sleep, energy, better breathing? Yeah, no postnasal drip, right? We go out in this crazy Florida weather and everything just starts coming. So this relieves that for you in 45-minute segments, which is basically the equivalent to 6 days at the beach. So you're getting mass amounts of salt in a short time frame that helps open you up and sustain better health over time. So we're gonna jump right into this. I've got question session at the end, so jot down if you have any questions about salt therapy and where it came from and how it can help. But hopefully I'll answer all your questions here. What is salt therapy in general? This can be administered in many forms. What we do is called halo therapy. It comes out of a halo generator, and the salt particles are crushed finer than dust. So they are microns, very, very tiny, that can get all the way through your lungs to the bottom part. They attach to your cilia and hairs, and they work to dissolve mucus and bacteria over time. The salt can stick with you for a few days. So what we do with halo therapy is, and we'll back up, I'll go through the history of this too, where it came from, where it was derived from, but the idea is to keep it dry salt coming through the air. It's on the floors, it's on the walls, it's dispersed through the room in those tiny, tiny microns, and it creates a negative ion antibacterial environment. The dry salt, and that was the point I was making, is the key factor that relieves many of the symptoms and issues associated with a variety of health problems, which I've already mentioned a few, all involving respiration, your skin, and anxiety and stress-related conditions. I've even helped people with post-traumatic stress disorder and those that just don't sleep. How many of you wake up at midnight, 2, 3 in the morning, you're up all night? How would you like to stop that? Maybe actually sleep 6 hours in a sitting. You know, there's a lot of people in our country that have that issue on a regular basis. This can help with that for a multitude of reasons, but we'll get into that in a minute. So the machine, as I mentioned, is called a halo generator, which grinds the salt into these tiny particles, pushes it through the air, and we have no return air. So everything is very clean and sterilized, just so that everybody's aware. It is a common room. We could seat up to 7 people in our suites. Most suites now have multiple adult rooms. So we've basically taken out every other chair. We've allowed people to come in at least 8 feet apart. And the salt in the air, being so antibacterial, antimicrobial, breaks down any viruses or bacteria that are in there anyways. So it can't even reach another chair or another person because of the high levels of salt flowing through the air. In my opinion, this is one of the safest, most sterile environments you could be in these days, and everybody should be doing this. So regardless of if you're in South Florida or New Jersey, where we have our current active locations, or if you're in a different city across the world, you should try to look this up. In terms of halo therapy, blowing through the air, dry salt, it will do wonders for you. This is what I wanted to talk about briefly with the history of this. It's not something new. Many people, you don't know what you don't know. A lot of people don't even know this exists as a therapy. It is all natural, which I know we're all about. We don't want to shove ourselves full of medicine after medicine, and some doctors will tell you, well, that's what you have to do. And some conditions may need that. We never tell anybody to get off of their medications. This may help you over time mitigate that, help get rid of some of them. Maybe you don't have to go to the doctor as often, and maybe you don't use your inhaler. I have a lady right now with a remodeled lung. I don't know if any of you knows what that is. It's a hardened lung. She has a lot of difficulty breathing, and she has not used her inhaler in 3 weeks. She is ecstatic, and she's 82. I mean, she's having a great time here. So anyways, there's a plethora of people that come in here for all different reasons. So salt really originated in the 1800s in Poland in these salt mines, which I'm not even going to try to say the name of because I mess them up every single time. But you get to go down there and actually heal. People would stay for days. And then they noticed the workers down in these mines were not ill. They didn't have respiratory conditions that were common in those areas. And they wondered why and began doing studies on this. And then the picture over there is just an idea of what they used to do for treatment. They would send people down and you would be surrounded by salt and it would help heal your conditions. Much like breathing does. If you focus on your breathing, that can help you as well. So this here has many, many avenues in which it can help people. We start by inviting you in, get you comfortable in a white leather chair, and let you know the lights will go down low. We put you on a brief introduction, so there's no surprises, because it's something new. If I threw you in an acupuncture room and said, okay, now I'm gonna stick some needles in you, you good? People get a little freaked out with that stuff. So you're coming in a room, it's dark, there's salt everywhere, you're wearing socks, and you're gonna breathe salt. All I want you to do is sit and breathe salt. Does that sound odd, or does that sound like, oh sure, I'm used to this, I'm good to go? So basically we walk you in, we let you know everything that's to be expected. We make sure everybody's calm, get them with a headset on, it plays a quick introduction, and then we come get you in 45 minutes after you're breathing, sleeping, meditating, resting, rejuvenating. The salt gets into your lungs throughout the session, and you may notice things like dripping, maybe a little bit of coughing, sneezing. It helps to open up your airways while dissolving mucus and bacteria and kicking it out. So what this does is it keeps you less inflamed on a regular basis, day to day. The antibacterial aspect, it helps to disintegrate bacteria and mucus. We talked about that briefly, but by the salt attaching to your cilia and hairs down throughout the lungs, throughout the passageways, up in your nose, even through the ears. I've had people come out and their ears are crackling as soon as they blow their nose because it can get in everywhere. Right? Like this COVID stuff can get everywhere, tiny, tiny particles. This is tinier than that, I'm telling you. It can get into every one of your orifices and clean you out and calm things down, disintegrates bacteria, and it acts as a natural Claritin, dissolving those histamines and kicking them out of your system. When you are in there, the negative ions and the fact that it's an anti-inflammatory allows you to relax your mind and muscles. We are in positively charged ions all day long. Technology, dust, standard, dirt, pets, running around, cars, everything that you experience all day long puts you in a stressful state. When you go into this room, imagine yourself in front of a huge waterfall, a thunderstorm surrounding you, being at the beach and walking into the water with your toes right there. Does that calm anybody? Do you feel relief immediately? It's almost like a placebo effect in your brain. You would think, oh, this is great. My whole life just switched around. I'm happy now. It's not a placebo effect. Those are negatively charged ions flying through the air. And when you go in the room, it's that times 10 million. So you are surrounded by salt on the floor and the walls, and it's blowing through the air. So it's touching you everywhere. And your body is able to switch and go into a mode of complete relaxation and stress relief. When that happens, most of our clients will pass out right away. They're like, oh no, I don't sleep. I'm active. I'm on my computer all day. I'll sleep tonight. I'm not planning on sleeping. And I can't even wake them up at the end of the session. So it is extremely relaxing when you go in there. This is what we mentioned as well, can get into everything. It is super tiny particles. So even your skin, it can permeate the first and second levels of your skin. You know, people go to Israel, to the Dead Sea, to soak in the salt and put the mud all over their body. It is amazing for your skin because of the high levels of minerals. All of these minerals that our bodies are lacking over time. I know Michael talks about this with his health products as well. You need to get remineralized. And this salt allows your skin to heal appropriately. And we never say heal, treat, diagnose, any of that. This is salt. It's all natural. But you think about laying in salt in the Dead Sea. Why do people go there? It's meant to coat your skin, pull out any bad things in there, and then actually help your skin cells heal and rejuvenate. This is not the mud and it's not the water, but we have salt blown through the air and on the ground and all around you that will help those first levels of skin. And many clients with autoimmune skin disease, eczema, psoriasis, have been helped tremendously with this because they come in regularly, and having that amount of salt on your skin regularly allows it to heal and get rid of these problems that are going on underneath the surface. And then not to mention with all of this, it acts as a detox for your entire respiratory system. We've abused our respiratory system, let's be fair here. City life, machines, smoking, anything you've been around in our environments, and you know it's only gotten worse, global warming, everything else, your lungs need help. You work out to stay healthy and fit with your muscles. You eat better to make sure your gut health is happy and ready to go for whatever you put in your system, and to keep your immune system strong. So why wouldn't you take care of your lungs, your ears, your head, inside your head? I have a client that's been in car accidents, and she comes just because there's so much pressure in her head from a car accident. And she comes because it keeps the swelling down and keeps her migraines away. We wouldn't think about that with salt, but it's such an anti-inflammatory, and the negative ion environment, she is helped by this tremendously. So think about the other ways you help your body. Why is it not a natural thing to take care of your lungs in a natural way? I have a quick video here. It goes into a couple of our points of just in general, what salt therapy is, how it can help you. And then the doctors are talking as well. Let me see if this isn't gonna play, we can skip it for right now. We should be okay though. Can you guys see this okay? Can you hear it? Okay. Thank you.
We're traveling around the world today, bringing you some of the best health and beauty treatments from every single continent. And right now we're making a pit stop in Asia. Although Israel is considered a part of Europe, it's physically located on the continent of Asia. It's also home to one of the most unique bodies of water in the world, the Dead Sea.
They come from all over the world to be slathered in mineral-rich mud from the Dead Sea.
Just to be here, it's great.
Camera came to bathe all the way from the Czech Republic to ease her aching joints. Camera and her fellow mineral bathers of today follow in the muddy steps of royalty. Legend says it was the Queen of Sheba who first believed in the mystical healing powers of the Dead Sea. Ziva Galad says that heavy mineral concentration is believed to help with skin problems like eczema and psoriasis.
The Dead Sea is the biggest, whitest natural spa on earth.
Dead Sea.
And I did it. I made a little road trip a couple of years ago with the family, and we went and we did the Dead Sea. There we are.
Look at that.
That's why your skin looks so good.
I had to try it out. I'm there with my daughter Shannon and my son Matt. Great trip, but it's like nothing you've ever been in. The quality of the salt is so different. Table salt is normally 98% sodium chloride. This is only like 10 to 15% sodium chloride. It's all minerals.
Oh, okay.
For that, you can feel what it's doing on your skin. Actually, Jim, I want you to try this.
I'm going to taste it.
So we have one more minute here, and then I'll be done with this video.
Tastes chemically.
It's full of calcium chloride, bromide, magnesium.
It's tried too much, I think.
Well, then I also have mud from the Dead Sea. It's got the same, and I wouldn't eat this.
No.
It has the same sort of chemicals and minerals that are in the salt there, and it's supposed to just have these healing properties. So I'm going to put this on you.
Oh, it is buddy, Jim.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You put this stuff on and it dries
So
like a
it's supposed to
soft
cure skin problems.
Wow.
Oh, it's very smooth, though.
Yeah, it's very
Skin
soothing.
problems like eczema and arthritis, and also help with anti-aging. Actually, it's very, very nice.
My arm's starting to feel younger already.
Yeah, he wants some.
Oh.
Here, I'll do it too for solidarity. This is actually really nice.
Oh, yeah.
I can
Yeah,
see why
like
that
this.
woman was
Give me
covered
some
head
of
to
that
toe.
mud.
Is
Could
this
you
the
please
stuff you
pass
use?
the mud?
That's
Yes.
mud. Here you go.
Thank you.
This
guys,
is really good.
This isn't mud. No, I'm just kidding. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of soothing.
Very
I can see how
nice.
that was a great
Yeah.
experience for you.
That was
Better
very
than
cool.
eating that.
Took me a while to get the mud off.
Well, you know, the Dead Sea isn't the only place you can get salt therapy, because the benefits of the Dead Sea, they become so popular, people actually find...
It clears away mucus and de-stresses the body. They claim it helps many ailments.
We'll stop here for that one. Can you guys still hear me okay? Okay. So what my point in showing you that was, this became very popular about a decade ago, 10 years ago, over here. They have since been trying to recreate the Dead Sea in the United States and other countries. We have been able to bring you, and excuse me 1 second, guys. Tiffany? Sorry. We have been able to bring the Dead Sea here through our salt rooms, as well as our mindful mineral products. And that's what we have. We have the actual mud that they just put on. We have a couple. It's Melissa and Murad, and her husband is Jordanian. They come direct back and forth from the Dead Sea, and we literally have access to actual mud from the Dead Sea, salt from there, all the minerals. We have a lot of products that they don't break the bank, and they really do help the quality of your skin. It's like laying in the Dead Sea, but here. And there are so many minerals we don't get anymore, especially when you eat table salt, which is why we provide things like Himalayan salt to eat. Table salt is 84 trace minerals, so you don't have to just use NaCl, if that makes sense. All right, let me get on to the next one. There we go. And we're almost done here, and we'll have some questions. Your experience here, as we've already discussed, relaxing, rejuvenating, relieving of multiple of these symptoms. Even one session, you'll come out and just go, I'm just open. I'm more open. People come out in what we call the salt fog. They forget their keys. They'll walk out of the store with their locker key on their hand and their socks. And they're like, oh, I got to get my phone and my purse. They just are so relaxed and so out of it. It's amazing. So this is a very good experience all around. Young, old, anybody that has any conditions. And we've already discussed most of this. I just really wanted to make a better point. Allergies, asthma, anything breathing throughout the respiratory tract, and then even severe conditions. Guys, can you go to the office, please? Thank you. Even other breathing conditions, severe ones, COPD. If you've been a smoker for 30 years, this can help. I'm not going to tell you it's going to repair all the tar and take that off of your lungs that you've had in there for the past 15, 20 years. But is it going to help improve the inflammation response and get rid of some of the mucus and the stuff that you could break away from the walls? Yes, because salt is an antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. Think of when your mother always told you to gargle with salt water. I don't know how many of you still do that. I do, my kids do, and now we do it with Himalayan salt. So not only are they getting extra minerals in there, they're gargling and it's killing bacteria and it's keeping everything away. There are many other benefits, as we discussed, just people coming in with aches and pains, migraines, stress, the post-traumatic stress syndrome, all of these things can help, and we call it adult nap time. You get to come in and kick back. I don't know how many people need 45 minutes to themselves these days. We're on Zoom calls, running around, back and forth across town, kids, sports, COVID worries, school worries. Everybody's got stuff going on outside of running their own business. And you can even do work when you're in there, but you get to breathe and relax and open everything up. I really highly encourage all of you to at least try a session somewhere, whatever's near you. Now, these are just a couple of the questions people have. I'm going to open it up right now. If anybody has some questions, please let me know. And any other information, I will let you know too. We are franchising. If you or anybody you know is interested in putting one of these up, we would like it across the nation. I am very passionate about this. It helped save my son. We moved from Michigan to Florida. We went on 12 rounds of antibiotics, steroids, breathing treatments, two inhalers, nighttime singular pills. He was dying. He had chest retractions. He's had 3 chest CTs. I can't tell you. We came in here, hit it hard for a month, and now we go once a week. He hasn't been to the doctor in 5 years. It's been amazing. And this is just with salt. So I would like to bring this everywhere, all over the nation. So if you know anyone or you want information, please reach out to me for that. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions, I'm sure. Thank you, Jesse. I know Sandy had a particular question about helping anyone with autism. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, I do. And let me try to get back off. I'm on her Mac. Can I just hit escape and get off this presentation, do you think?
Well, I can do this. I can stop sharing your screen, maybe.
That would be good. There we go. Better? Now I'm back.
Yeah.
I can see the chat. Okay. So yes, again, we do not, just so you all know, we don't claim that it heals, treats, any of that stuff, diagnose anything. But we have had many people with autism and their kids with autism, so adults and kids that come in, love it. They relax, they calm, they go in there, and it's like a peaceful thing. When they come out, I've had parents say their kids sleep better. They respond to them better. I had one little girl that's had 11 surgeries before the age of 2, cleft palate, no speaking. She doesn't speak. She wasn't, and her mom swore after coming for 2 months, she started saying words to her like she could hear. So they thought it had cleared things out for her. I'm not going to claim this and say, yes, that's what salt therapy does. But it does help as an anti-inflammatory and a calming agent. So I think it can help with autism on multiple levels. I don't know that there's been proven studies, long-term studies with that.
Sure. And have you actually seen any COVID patients?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Again, we're trying to stay as far away from that as we can, not allowing people to come in with that. We do temperature checks. And it's a sterile environment. I'm really not worried about it or stressed about that, but we have not seen any specific cases with that. I wish we could get this in every hospital. Right. I feel like it would just dissolve it and kill it and open you up. And that's the problem with COVID, is the constriction and then clogging. And then, I really wish this could be available to them.
For sure. Yeah. Anyone else have any specifics? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to have a question also, Jeremy.
We'll go to Morella and then Jeremy, okay?
Thank you. That was great, Tiffany. A lot of great information. So maybe you said it and I missed it, but like for allergies, I have severe allergies and chronic sinusitis. So how many, everybody's different and we get that, but did you say about how many, when do you see the difference after how many ones?
Yes, Marilla, every body is different. That's how we say it. I say every body is different. It depends on your congestion levels, your swollenness, your fluid, and we do have a lot of chronic sinusitis. So the fluid can be helped. It can dissolve. You might, for the first couple weeks, cough a lot. You might kick a lot of stuff out. You might have more drainage before there's less, but it acts as a detox in that manner. So with this over time, you would have a lot less fluid buildup. You would have a lot less in the congestion passages, so you don't feel clogged all the time. We have a client with rhinitis right now dealing with that, and she's being helped by it. And she's like, I deal with it every day of my life for forever. Okay, well, let's see how this can help. And it has been helping her. So you would come 3 times to 4 times a week to start. Anybody with severe conditions really needs it in their system, like an every day, every other day. You need to make sure it's in there working, because we walk right back out into this garbage environment. And if you only have a little bit of salt, it's like eating a carrot. You eat a carrot, you're not going to be fit and healthy. You do one workout, you're going to be sore that day. Nothing really changed in your body. So think about it that way as a lifestyle change. I tell people don't sign up unless you're putting it in your schedule. I need you here regularly.
How long, how much?
$99 a month, unlimited, for up to twice a day, every day. Because most people sit doubles. You can drive.
And the sessions are like an hour, you said?
45 minutes.
I didn't hear the price. What you say?
$99 a month for unlimited membership. That's individual. If you do 2 people, like a couple or a mom and 2 kids, it would be $159 a month.
You're where again? Or you're in Palm Beach?
Southeast Delray, but we have 4 locations in South Florida. So west out by Wellington. We have one up in Palm Beach Gardens and Boca, and then we have them in New Jersey as well.
Awesome. Thank
I have a
you.
question. You know, it's expanding. People are bringing it into their homes.
I still have a question
on a basis. And, you know, it's the excitement is catching on. Is there a type of person that shouldn't do this? Or is there a limitation where you're taking in too much Himalayan salt?
So there's not been any proven, and Jeremy, will come right to you next, okay? There has not been any proven, like, too much salt is bad, but they say it's not proven that you'll get any benefits after doing 2 sessions worth. Now there's a difference with the timing. So right now, Robin, our Lake Worth West owner, just put a salt booth in. So you go and like, almost like a sauna or a tanning booth, like a stand-up one, you sit in it and you would only go 10 to 15 minutes, but the concentration is much higher. So you're still getting the same amount in a shorter time frame. There's not been any proven that beyond 2 million microns of salt coming in would do anything different. So it's not recommended to say you will get dried out. We encourage everybody to drink water before and after, like a massage, like you would do that. It is a detox to your system. The eyes, if you have extreme dry eyes, I have a couple older clients that do. I've even had people come in their ski goggles. They just want that sealed, but they know they need it for everything else. If you have a severe condition, severe heart, high-risk pregnancy, if you're in ongoing cancer treatments, we ask that you always talk to your doctor first. But it's all natural. It's salt. I have not really seen any adverse issues, I guess.
Now, people are drinking Himalayan salt or goggling, like you said. They have rock lights in their room, and they're doing all different types of things like that. Is that something I said? She disappeared. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So,
this is called a Soleil jar. You fill it with water, and it concentrates, it mineralizes, and you get to take in the 84 trace minerals in Himalayan salt, and you do a teaspoon of it every day. So you literally come in, you take a teaspoon of water in the morning, and this is the cheapest detox I've ever seen. It really helps to regulate things. It can regulate blood sugar. It can just help you feel better, have more energy, sleep better. It can help with weight loss, but honestly, we don't claim any of this. It's just salt. I've done it personally. I really enjoy it. We have a lot of clients that do that, and then you just keep refilling it until the rocks are gone. But it's about remineralizing your body.
Yeah, because my wife brought home a Himalayan salt lamp, and she's got it on all the time. So I'm like, what is this? Now I know.
We'll go to Jeremy and answer that, but you can look behind me. I'm going to show you ours. We have 1 million of them. They're wonderful, and I have 6 of them in my house. Jeremy, what were you wanting to ask?
Okay, well, you kind of just answered part of it. Now, my question is about pre-existing conditions. Like, I have a heart problem. I had a surgery a couple of years ago. And I've been turned away for certain, like when I go to whatever doctor it is, even if it's not a cardiologist, turned away certain medications because they're salts. Now, I heard in the video, it said it's not like table salt.
Yeah.
But what about people with conditions like heart problems or kidney, whatever? Can they?
Yep, that's a great question. Yep, so this is all through your respiratory tract. I tell people the amount that's going into your digestive system would be like eating what you'd put on a piece of broccoli. We have had many, it won't affect your cholesterol negatively, and we've had many people that have gone for like their 6-month checkups for blood pressure, and they're like, in 6 years, my levels have never gone down, and now my blood pressure is a lot less. Their doctors are happy with their results. Now, I can't tell if they've been doing anything else, but it doesn't affect it negatively in that way. And if anything, because of the negative ions and the stress relieving, most people's blood pressure is high due to food intake, genetics, or their lifestyle choices. If you start calming down and changing things in your life and you sleep better and have more oxygenated blood, they do better with those results.
Well, that's not, I know that because that's what I went to school for.
Did I miss what you were asking?
Kind of like if it's salt in the blood and whatever, that was really, but you kind of answered it. All right.
Yeah, so we haven't seen anybody come back and say any levels are higher. If anything, any levels that the doctors and rechecks have been lower.
Hey, Jesse, I'm just curious to know, I mean, obviously, I think what Salt Sweet is just amazing, probably the best form of salt therapy there is that we can have access to, right? What's the difference of just, say, going to the beach? Like, how do they even compare? Is there any comparison?
Yep. So both have salt in the air, correct?
Right.
is a dry environment. The dry aerosol salt, when you get the wet aerosol salt in, it cannot permeate as deep. You're getting it in, you're breathing it in. Everybody goes and they kind of feel relieved, right? I went to the beach today, I feel a little better. I'm a little more open. It's not gonna last near as long, and it's not gonna reach the lowest level of your lungs. It might get in here a little bit. It's not gonna get deep into the ear canals. I don't know that it would help a migraine or swelling on the brain. I don't know that it would help joint issues. It's a wet aerosol versus dry and in a much higher concentration. That's why we say our salt room, 1 45-minute session is the equivalent, the efficacy of like 6 days at the beach.
Wow, amazing.
I mean, the fact that it's $99 for unlimited is really good.
Yeah,
Really
it's
good.
probably the best membership price around. And we do 3-month options and 6-month options, and we do fun bags with those. You get your eye mask for sleeping and your salt sweet blanket.
Well, I know if you suffer from sleep, that's a good investment.
There's one up here in Kansas City. It's called Salinity Spa, and they have a float tank system also. If I wanted to buy a home model of this, can I go through you?
So yes and no, I don't deal with any of that. The Salt Suite as a brand is a franchise at place. You go to it. There are places that do individualized. I can get you more information on that. It is going to be $7 grand or more for an individual one. Now the float tank is very different. You
Right. Yeah.
wet salt.
Yeah.
Yep.
The reason I
They
was
do have
asking,
individualized dry chambers. Yes.
yeah, okay, because the reason I was asking, I have an infrared sauna I love,
Those are
and
great.
it'd be nice to have a home-based unit here, even if
think
it took
it's
up
very
half the
important.
basement.
Yeah, to have with you.
Okay, I'll reach out to you. Thank you.
Okay.
It's amazing.
I agree.
And I don't think anyone really can appreciate what you do until we see this. Because I've spoken to you one-on-one, and just to watch the video and see the presentation, it made a difference. I get it. You know, I see the value. It's amazing.
I do. I always tell people that it's, you don't know what you don't know. Literally, you got to come in, do a session, feel it. This is one you definitely have to feel and experience. And then you go, oh, I get it. Oh, I do feel better. I did sleep better tonight. I didn't have to take my Claritin this morning. It's an actual experiential thing when you come in.
Well, what a great Christmas gift too.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And so we have those, by the way. If anybody's local, I've got these printed off. I wanted to give these to you for the rest of October. So please reach out to me and let me know. I can send them via mail. I can send you on an email, but I have all these ready to go for you.
Hey, Jesse. I just want to say great presentation, and I have so many follow-up questions, but I do have to get going, but I'm going to be reaching out to you. I got your information. So thank you so much for providing that.
Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Jesse, thank you.
Thank you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Did you have anything else? We good?
Looks like I need to have a road trip. Come down and see you.
I think so.
Same here. Yeah, for sure.
Next meeting, her place.
And we also do group things here. So let me know if you have a small business thing, if you're a realtor and you want to, give something to your clients with a new home. If you want to just do a business building, a team building, or whatever, we have the facility to make that happen, and then do a mini session and a mini mud, either like a hand mask or a facial.
Wow.
Okay.
That sounds phenomenal. Jesse, this was wonderful. Thank you for taking the time today. I know you're in the middle of a busy work day. That's another thing we appreciate you taking the time to do, educating us. And for sure, we're going to have a lot of follow-up. So thank you again.
Thank you guys very much for having me and allowing me to ramble on about my passion.